And it is Monday Night Live.
It is.
And it's cold.
Well, she just woke up from a nap. I'm going to tell on you.
I did.
And I hear our son sneaking around.
He's not really sneaking. He's just walking through the room. So how is everyone doing tonight? Where are you watching from?
Yeah.
And how cold is it where you are?
I'm trying to load up this so I can see the chats. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to get notified. Lisa, looks like you're the first one to say anything. Hi.
Hey, Miss Lisa. Yeah, so we've got, we've had a lot going on with the house this week.
We have, yeah. So, well, this week I hope a lot goes on. We're supposed to have the entire week with no rain.
No rain.
Sunshine, no rain, and in the 40s.
To the
a
50s.
couple of days in the 50s.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited that a lot will get done this week.
We're hoping.
And I'll brag on her just a little bit. She has been painting a lot lately, and she's doing a great job. She's trying to get her office done, and
I did get it done.
It looks great.
It looks fantastic.
Looks very good.
Yes, and I posted pictures.
Oh, everybody else is saying hi now.
Oh, where's the other paint chips over there?
What?
Anyway, I shared paint chips colors on my Instagram, and a lot of people were talking about how
paint
much.
chips. I didn't know what you said.
I thought the other ones were over there.
I see nothing over here.
Well, anyway,
you just woke up.
in my purse.
You can't remember where stuff was. You still got the brain fog when you wake up.
I
See?
am thinking clearly. Anyway,
right.
so on Instagram, I shared paint chips, saying that I was at Lowe's picking out colors, and I should have been more Pacific. Don't you love when people say that?
I'm reading
Pacific.
I'm reading the comments.
Okay, anyway, 3 of the colors that I showed on that picture, I already have in the house. What I was looking at was, do those colors look good with the colors that I was planning for the office? So 3 of the walls got this color, Sedate Gray by Sherwin-Williams, that you can get at the Lowe's, which is the color that is on most of the walls in the house. This color is called Riverway. That is what is on.
It's really hard to tell what it is.
That's what's on these cabinets.
Yeah, and the cabinets look great.
This color is what is an accent color throughout most of the house. The other wall, the accent wall in my office, is this color. And it is called Oceanus. So these are the colors of my office. And they are beautiful.
It looks good.
It looks really
And
good.
hopefully a lot will get done this week. Get the trim done. If anything, I hope electric gets hooked up.
Yes.
I'm just really looking forward to getting electricity, especially back out in my garage, our garage. So need the electricity to go out there.
Yes. There's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to being done around
Sorry,
my house.
we haven't been paying attention to the comments. A lot of people are with us.
They're loving the colors.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying what I saw.
Well, a lot is hi.
Colors.
From everybody. Yeah, they love the color of the cabinets.
So what?
Yeah, everybody's just saying hi to us and to everybody else. A lot of hellos back and forth. Please give a tour. We're not ready to give a tour just yet.
Oh, listen.
We're not.
Kathy,
What?
North Star Prepstetter, she knows the colors on my cabinets. Dover white and Riverway blue. And the walls, which are gray. They are Sedate Gray.
I don't.
By Sherwin-Williams.
I don't get into the Riverway Sedate. I just say, yeah, that color looks good. Go with it.
So something else that we got. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I painted the office Saturday and Sunday. After church, of course. Our ox was in a ditch. We had to get it done because today we were told that he was going to be putting stuff up, so the office had to be done. What else?
Stephanie, aka Farm Girl's here.
Well, hey, aka Farm Girl. Mother Earth Garden Club, thank you. Goodness. A lot of our friends are here. Mulberry Branch is here. Fermented Homestead.
Awesome.
Oh, speaking of Fermented Homestead and Mulberry Branch.
Y'all been talking constantly, haven't you? I've been in and out a lot today. And every time I've come inside, I've heard you listening to them, chatting back and forth.
Yes.
I mean, it's been, y'all must have had a lot to talk about.
We always have a lot to talk about. But I also want to say a special hello to Tiffany. And I'm going to butcher your homestead name. Is it Hamakua? Hamakua? She's in Hawaii. That is Anna's sister.
Oh, is it?
That lives in Hawaii. And
Okay.
she just started her YouTube channel, y'all. So what's awesome about them is they have a ranch out there in Hawaii. And they have, I'm going to forget all the animals that they have, but they've got sheep and cows.
I don't know.
And I'm trying to think. Anyway, but they've been homesteading for a long time, but she just started her channel. So she is new. It's a new channel. So if you guys are interested in homesteading channels and you want to give somebody some support, head on over to Tiffany's.
Yes, she liked your comment
Give her a
about the
follow.
ox being a ditch.
Yes. You know that's from the Bible.
That's a reference to the Bible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Let's see. What else is going on? I'd love to live in Hawaii.
I've never even been to
Checking
Hawaii.
in from Georgia.
I don't know if I would
No,
love
I
to
was
live
reading
there.
the comment. I would love to live
Yes.
in. I've never been either.
I know. Well, yeah. I have lived on an island though. And it's what I remember as a child is that it was very expensive living on the island. I remember my parents at the grocery store talking about how we were going to have to live on beans and bologna, and the beans and bologna was also very expensive. But
I like where I'm at. I'm content. I love the seasons. I love the forest we have here.
would you ever want to go to Hawaii though?
Absolutely. Yes.
What would you want to
No
see?
question.
What would you want to see in Hawaii?
I want to see Hawaii.
Well, I know, but like, what would you be most excited about seeing in Hawaii?
I don't know.
Like Pearl Harbor?
Definitely, I want to go there. Definitely want to go there.
Y'all know he's an American history buff.
And then I have no desire to go to any of the cities. I just want to be out and about, looking at the landscape, the features.
Yeah.
The volcanoes, the waterfalls,
The flowers.
hiking, up and down some of the mountains.
I concur.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
And I'm honestly not much of a beach guy, but I think I would love the beaches in Hawaii. That would be pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm more of an outdoorsy person, so I would be wanting to check out all the outdoors. Just check out the islands.
Brandy said she wants to see a volcano.
Yeah,
I would love
Well,
to see a
I mean,
dormant volcano.
it's pretty much a volcano.
I would want to
It's
see a
Hawaii.
dormant volcano.
Well, if you go to Hawaii, you're gonna see one.
A dormant volcano? As
Yeah.
long as it's not active, I'm good.
Well, yeah, if it's active, they would make everybody leave.
I want to eat something with spam in it.
Unless you go to, is it Lava Beds? Lava Beds National Monument? I mean, they have some active lava flows. We could go see active lava.
Yeah. Geocache family said just being in the culture of Hawaii would be wonderful. I agree.
My husband's working in Hawaii right now, 78 degrees.
Neat.
Yeah, the one thing is what is it, between 78 and 85? And that's it, pretty much. But I get tired of winter really quick. I get tired of summer really quick, but I do love the seasons changing.
So Tiffany said, if that is what you want to see, then the Big Island is for you. Our volcano is active for years.
before I go to Hawaii, I want to go to Alaska. I, I would love to see Hawaii, but I also would love to go to Alaska.
Yeah. I would like to go to
The
Alaska
closest
also.
I've ever been to Alaska, which is still really, really far away, is Oregon.
Yeah, that's still a pretty good hike from Alaska.
But that's closer than what you've been.
Well.
But and when I was in Oregon, I did get to see the Northern Lights. Awesome.
My grandparents lived in Anchorage for a few years.
Yeah.
But again, that was them, not me. I didn't go.
And our buddy Mike from Wilderness Survival Simplified, he's going to be going to visit Alaska in a month or so.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you should know that.
Well,
he's talked about it a lot.
I haven't heard him. And he's probably watching. And he's probably going to say, I've said it from the pulpit.
Jackie.
Well, I didn't hear it.
Jack boat back from Alaska to Hawaii for the seasons.
Oh my goodness. There you go.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Hey,
Sounds like a lot of
Bumblebee.
trouble too.
Bumblebee,
Minnesota's
how
cold enough
is
for
your
me.
cat?
No, Kentucky's cold enough for me. I don't want Minnesota coldness.
I would love to experience a good northern winter for a week.
For a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like where you have to dig out your door from
Look
the
at there.
snow.
Anna was born in Alaska.
I don't think I realized that. That's cool.
Anchorage.
Yeah, my parents, I keep saying my parents, my grandparents, they lived in Alaska and like
Hey,
in
Bumblebee.
Anchorage. And
Yeah, Boston Rocks from Kansas.
Mandy said, no,
KC.
you don't.
Huh?
Mandy said, no, you don't. Of course, she's in Canada, so she understands and has experienced those kind of winters where you have to dig out your door. Been to Juneau. It's awesome after tourists leave. Yeah, that was one thing.
Yes, don't want to go.
When I was a kid, we lived in St. Croix for a short time. It was right after Hurricane Hugo, and my dad's job moved us out there for a little bit. And we lived where the locals lived. We did not live on the touristy side of the island, and that makes you not really want to live there. You know, it's not. I mean, it's not exotic. You know, it was.
You know, you ever think
different.
sometimes when people say they're homesteaders, people think they're homebodies? Like they don't like to go anywhere, they want to stay home. But that's not the case for me, and I don't know if that's the case for you, but I mean, I would love to travel and to see all those places. I mean, yeah, I would like to experience a few days of what they do talk about, you know, these Minnesota or Alaska winters or whatever it might be, and then I'd love to go to Hawaii. I really want to go back to Oregon. When I was there fighting wildfires, it was just beautiful where I was at, but I would love to be able to go back and just explore around without it being covered in smoke.
Yeah.
And then we've actually been talking about doing a trip out west, doing a big vacation, maybe in about a year or so. Trying to do an out west vacation because there's so many places we want to go. You want to go to Texas. I'm okay with that. That would be an amazing state to explore because it's so vast. But also, you know, I want to take the kids and show them the Grand Canyon, and I want to go see the arches. I want to see the Canyonlands. I just want to see stuff. I like to travel, but
I like being at home.
But I guess it is getting harder and harder to get away, especially when you start having animals to take care of, and obviously jobs. Getting time off work is very difficult for me.
Yeah.
And it seems like every time we do get time off work right now, it's either we're taking vacation days to fix the house, or visit family, or because our kids got to be in a wedding or something like that. I mean, it's just it's hard for us to take time to travel and just go do something fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that working on the house is fun. I enjoy parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, though, painting has absolutely worn me out. I've had to take a leave for the last few nights.
Oh, geocache family? Yes. Australia would be on the list too.
I was in Puerto Rico for like 5 minutes. Never left the airport, but that's when we went from Atlanta to Puerto Rico, and then in Puerto Rico we got on a little tiny plane
Do a meetup in Texas.
and went from there to St. Croix. So I was in Puerto Rico, just didn't really get to see it.
I don't know if that really counts because I was at the Denver airport.
I was there.
I was at the Denver airport.
But you can't really say you were in
I
Colorado.
don't say that I've ever been to Colorado.
Vacations are rare here with all the livestock, but it's important to get away every now and then. True. Do you know something that
Yeah.
I've never done that I've always wanted to do?
Airport visits count.
Thank you. I think so too.
But when I was at the Denver airport, it was so foggy you couldn't even see the planes at the other end of the tarmac.
Jennifer, were you born before 1988? Because if so, we were at Puerto Rico at the same time. So do you want to know something that I've always wanted to do that I've never gotten to do?
What?
I want to go to an old-fashioned bed and breakfast. Never been to a bed and breakfast, never.
Okay.
I think that would be cool.
You mean like in an actual house? Like an old...
Like, yeah, where they serve you beds and breakfasts. So that would be neat. There's actually one just up the road here. That old Victorian house is a bed and breakfast.
Is it still though?
I think so.
I don't know if it still is.
I don't know. We'll ask Mr. Google Pants. Let's see. Yes, Binks. That was his name. I was trying to remember. Yes, Bumblebee got a kitty that she wrote to us about named Binks, and I absolutely loved reading about her cat. I mean, it was so sweet. And it, you know, pets are just, they're an extension of your heart. Well, most of the time. Sometimes our dogs are an extension of our anxiety.
Sometimes they bring out the best frustration in us.
Yep. Well, hey, Heaven's Gates, how are you? Good night, Parker. Thank you for being here.
She was in the U.S. during the 80s.
Oh, okay. Okay. Born in 72, but I was in the U.S. during the 80s.
She's my age. I was born in 73.
Yeah. Well.
Then I can count
Y'all are
Zurich,
older
Tokyo,
than me.
Manila. Yeah, if they're starting to count airports, Kathy's saying Tokyo and Zurich.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Lots
I
of
don't
babies.
count Denver though. Now Chicago, I've been in Chicago's airport several times. I guess I could count Chicago because you're laid over there for an hour or two and you walk around and check things out. I never even got off the airplane in Denver. We flew, I don't know, we sat there a while and then we were gone. I don't know what that was about.
Refueling?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I just sat there.
Really?
No, I just sat
I
there.
would have asked.
Yeah.
Why did we stop?
They may have told us. Maybe I was sleeping. I don't know.
Let's see. Anna's been to Philadelphia, Honolulu, and Dallas airports, right?
We're at 100 people watching us right now. And that is awesome.
Well, so glad all of you are
Yeah.
taking time out of your Monday evening to
Um,
sit with us and listen to us ramble about nothing at all.
We have put some videos together. You got a couple of videos that you have finished.
Well, I've got a video.
Or finishing.
I think I'll put it up tomorrow. Is that okay with you? Or were you wanting to do your video?
No,
tomorrow?
that's fine.
Okay.
Go for it.
So, yeah, I actually filmed a pantry organization video, which is really, what is the word? Anticlimactic. But I enjoyed doing it, and I got the idea from watching Julie at Row & Co.
Thumbs up.
Farms.
Thumbs up for freedom.
But yeah, so Julie at Roco Farms, I watched her pantry cleaning video and it was very enjoyable. And I thought to myself, you should do one too, because you need to do it and you can bring your friends along and maybe conversation will spark. And so that is what tomorrow's video will be.
And we've also got a video of us getting still, you know, some of the things we had to do to repair our basement, the house in general. But one of the things we wanted to do as we were repairing everything was to put a second sump pump in the basement. We got one, or we had one in one corner of the basement, but we put one in the opposite end. So now we have sump pumps in both ends of the basement. And so we did some videoing back when that happened, and we'll be showing some people that.
Yeah, so that was
kind of the process, really. It's the process of how to do that and why we did it. So, yeah.
So the having that second sump pump installed was not so much part of repair as it was prevention. Because we are all about that prevention life now.
It was more about prevention now. Yeah, we don't want to set ourselves up for failure.
Yeah, we don't ever want to happen what happened again. We just, which
Bumblebee.
It won't. Let's see. I wanted to mention that Anna. So Kathy, thank you. She said that she enjoyed my curtido video. And that is part of a collaboration that's going on this month. So if you are someone who has wanted to try fermenting, or maybe you have been fermenting, but maybe you just want some new ideas, some new recipes, then you should be following along the collaboration that Anna from Fermented Homestead started. And it is a month-long collaboration where there is
this month.
Yes, for February there is a fermenting video every day. I think today was today Julie's, her kombucha video, Julie from Roco Farms. But just like January, if you comment on every video, at the end of the month, Anna is drawing 2 winners for a fermenting kit, and it has the glass weights, it has the pickle pipe top, mason tops. It's got the really nice wooden tamper. Is that everything I think that goes in it? Anyway, it is a super nice kit. And she's giving away one for a regular mouth.
It says, yes, Julie was today.
Okay, good. A regular mouth size kit and a wide mouth.
Tomorrow's going to be a Clabbered Cheese.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch that because...
You're about to get off the video. You keep scooting that way.
I'm not scooting. I'm just...
Oh.
I'm animated. One time Jack said...
The more she talks, the more she just wants to...
One time I said something about that I was very laid back, and he goes, "You're not laid back, you're animated." And that's what he did, animated. Anyway.
Yes, you are.
So I can't help it.
You talk with your hands.
Yeah. So anyway,
Clabbered Cheese.
Clabbered cheese. That is something that I have never had. I know that it is very, very good for you. It is a great way to consume cheese. It just sounds disgusting.
It's yummy, but not good for gastric bypass patients.
So it is yummy.
I'd say there's a lot of things not good for gastric bypass patients.
Would you say that clabbered cheese, does it taste like cottage cheese? That's what because isn't that what that's what it is, right? It's like the original cottage cheese, I think.
But regardless, yes, please check out all of the fermenting videos going on this month with Fermented Homestead.
Absolutely.
And everybody she's got that's joining her this month. You're on that, aren't you?
Oh, thank you, Idaho Hoosier.
Hey, Idaho Hoosier, thank you so much.
Aw, well, enjoy
sorry
your
I'm late.
family. That's
Goofing off
awesome.
Family.
Clabbered cheese
Thank
is
you.
much richer
Thank
than
you.
cottage cheese. Okay.
Much
Now,
richer.
see, that's like I've made homemade ricotta cheese, and that is dangerous because when I make
Man.
it, I eat it.
It was so good.
It's so good.
It didn't last long. We made it to use in different things, and man, we eat it up.
Ate it. I mean,
It was
it's,
just so good.
like you said, it's richer. It actually has flavor when you buy ricotta cheese from the store, especially now that we've had the homemade stuff.
Yeah, it was just like eating a really nice, fancy snack.
Yeah, but yeah, now store-bought ricotta cheese has no flavor at all. So I'm guessing that clabbered cheese is kind of the similar experience.
Saying hi all the way from Flagstaff. I've been to Flagstaff. That's a cool town. I spent a few days in Flagstaff doing some training there many years ago.
Okay, so Miss Molly seems like she's on the up and up when it comes to this clabbered cheese stuff. Old time Scots used to pay their rent in clabbered cheese. It is that good.
Wow. That's kind of like worth your weight in salt. How the Romans, back in the Roman days, they would pay their soldiers in salt because it was so expensive. So it was, if you were worth your weight in salt.
Yeah. Well, hey, Miss Becky, how are you?
Acre Homestead.
I know.
In the house.
I have been trying to catch up on some of her videos. If you guys are not familiar with Acre Homestead, you should definitely... What?
It's falling in you.
Oh.
Falling down. Fix it.
Thank you. But yeah, Becky's been putting out a lot of, well, she always puts out good content, but she's been putting out some really cool stuff. Like she did homemade Oreos and goldfish because she's doing the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. And so since they couldn't go out and buy some of these snacks, she wanted to make them at home. So anyway, that was really awesome. And I saw that she got her seeds, and I know that Anna has also gotten her seeds from M.I. Gardner, who has been buying their seeds.
I tell you, he's been making sure that everybody's getting ready for spring. And if you're not, he's still got tons of seeds right now.
Yes, he does. And some of the things that he has been out of stock, he is getting in stock. So definitely,
And remember, she's got a discount code if you do the TCW 10.
Yes, you will save 10%.
You get 10% off your seeds if you want to plant and grow big this year.
Also,
which we plan on doing.
Ooh, Molly got her Crimson Giant seeds. Yes, my friend from, what is the name of their channel? Bayou Roots Homestead, Leah. She's, of course, they're in zone. I can grow anything at any time of the year.
Got their M.I. Gardner seeds today.
She has been growing her giant crimson plants, and they look phenomenal.
Those tomatoes?
Yes.
The rare 50-year-old tomatoes?
No.
150.
No. They're like 85-year-old seeds.
They're old.
Seeds.
Well, good. I'm glad people's having some success with them.
Weekly to your pantry seed. Very, very cool. Well, hello, Homestead Family Reclaim. Glad you are here.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah,
It is
80-year-old. Yeah.
It is super close to time to start onions. So I need to be getting on that. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah. I have a feeling, I hope not, but I have a feeling that we might get a late start on our garden this year. Just because we're waiting.
I don't think so.
And we're gonna have to get the chicken coop moved again too, and no telling how long that'll take.
Well, hopefully not long, because they gotta move. They gotta go. They gotta shoot.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done. Unless I dismantle the coop.
Oh, very cool. Molly said thanks for the Disney Cave video. It was amazing. It is so good.
Yeah, that was she is talking about a couple weeks ago, probably. Mm-hmm. We were talking about on the Disney Plus streaming channel, they've got, what's it called now? The Cave Rescue or The Rescue. Mm-hmm. And it's an amazing documentary about how they rescued the soccer kids in that cave in Thailand.
Yeah.
And
super intense.
The scuba divers, and yeah, it was amazing. So I'm glad you watched it.
Yep, it's very, very cool. Started eggplants and some of your peppers. Very cool. Am I starting onions from seeds? Yes. When I have grown onions from seeds, those have been the most successful onions that I have grown. They got the biggest that any of my onions have ever gotten, but I know more now than I did then. So now that I have more knowledge and have now I am focused on starting them on time this year, and so I won't have to buy onion bulbs. I'm hoping to have a very good harvest of some nice big onions.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We always learn and we always gain knowledge as we go.
Yes.
So now that you know, Molly says Crystal Cave's in the title. No, not this one. This one is just about the cave rescue. Crystal Caves is something different.
No, she's saying, have you seen a caving video / documentary that has something like Crystal Caves in the title?
Oh, I'm sure I have.
If it has caves in the title,
I'm sure I have.
it's probably so.
I have seen several, let's say, documentaries or films about crystal caves. There's lots of different caves named by that. There's one famous one in Mexico. There's one right up the road here that I'm very aware of, that I work at.
Somebody asked, will I be starting onions indoors? Yes. The other question is, do you start what is on time for your onion seeds? That would be in the next couple of weeks. We are zone 6B. And if I'm not saying you are, but in case somebody is watching and they are not sure when they need to start certain seeds, what you need to do is you need to find out what your last frost date is for your area.
Or supposed to be.
Right, or
Nobody
supposed to be,
knows.
right. And so you can look it up, you can Google it. If you go to, I think it's, is it farmersalmanac.com? You put in your zip code, it gives you, for this year, the last frost date of your zone. Now, if you are brand new to gardening and you have never really paid attention to the frost, if there are folks around you that have been gardening for a while, you can ask them, this is the last frost date that I got. Does that sound about right to you? Because I know for us, our last frost date tends to be mid-April, but we've also had it as late as second week in May, which was like a couple of years ago. It was a freak frost. But anyway, and then what you do is you look on your pack of seeds, and it will tell you if you're going to start your onions or whatever indoors. It'll say start this many weeks before your last frost date. So if it's 6 weeks, then you take the date you're given and then you go backwards to 6 weeks. And then that's how you determine when you start your seeds.
Did y'all get all that? There's a lot of information.
That was a lot of
Very
information.
helpful, though. Very helpful. Going back to caves real quick. We're going back and forth from homestead gardening to, hey, a cave. It's kind of like squirrel. Somebody said something, crud, and now I forgot my thought. Somebody said something about caves. And I forgot what I was going to say about it now. Oh, I remember now. There's a different streaming channel, which we don't have, called Discovery Plus. Is that right? Discovery Plus. They have a TV show called Amazing Underground or Underground Worlds. Underground Marvels. I think it's called Underground. Yeah, it's called Underground Marvels. If you're able to get that, look up season 2. I think it's episode 2 about some caves in Kentucky. Let's just say you might see somebody you recognize in there. So that was fun. So I can say I was on the Discovery Channel, and I can say I've got the photograph with National Geographic. So those are some highlights of my
cool
job.
Things that he's gotten to do.
Cool things I get to do, involving big giant holes underground in the middle of nowhere.
Joan
All right,
says,
let's get back to gardening and
Joan
homesteading.
says that she used to live by the caves in Kentucky.
Well, that could be one of about 10,000 probably. Maybe she's talking about the most well-known one.
The one of the 7 natural wonders of the world.
Probably. But there's caves everywhere in Kentucky.
Molly said a journey into amazing caves. That is the one she was talking
that
about.
one's pretty good. That one, I think, covers a lot of, goes to the Grand Canyon and a few others. I also know some people that was in that documentary.
Huh. Oh, yep, they used to, the house with the people with the target. Oh. Let me try that again. They used to use. No, I don't know what I was trying to say. They used to use them to house the people with tuberculosis. She's thinking of what is known as the TB
That
huts.
big Mammoth Cave.
Yeah.
It's huge. I have plenty of seeds. I have some 1,500-year-old seeds?
What?
Called cave beans? Last year I planted them too late. What? Luckily I didn't.
Luckily she didn't. Huh.
1,500-year-old seeds called cave?
Didn't use up all the seeds.
Oh. Wonder what...
How in the world? So are these...
Do you even know what they grow? What those seeds are of?
Yes, she said called cave beans.
So they're beans.
I guess.
1,500-year-old bean seeds. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, get those to grow. That would be awesome. 3
kids got lost in a cave here. People came from all over the nation. Sadly, they were never found in 1967. Oh, wow. That's very sad.
Go ahead.
Do you have any opinions on gardening Sabbaths? I am going to give my garden a Sabbath this year, and I am so curious to know if anybody else is doing it. Yes, there are other people that are doing it. So I know Constance from A Good Life Farm is going on one. A blog that I follow, Reformation Acres, I remember they did one. And I do believe 1870s Homestead is doing one this year. So in case you don't know, there's a biblical reference of letting your garden rest in
every 7 years.
Every 7 years.
Okay, I know. Okay, I just didn't know what they were referencing.
Yeah, so that is what that is.
Because you said going on one, I was like, they're going to a Sabbath garden?
No, no.
Where are they going?
But now I have never taken a Sabbath intentionally, but like the year that we moved here, we didn't have a garden. Mm-hmm. Last year we didn't have a garden. So
2 out of 4 years.
I have unintentionally taken years off.
I don't think we've gardened in the same location for 7 straight years.
No, we haven't.
So
we've only ever lived in one place longer than 7 years. And that was the house that we built. We lived there 9.5 years.
And we didn't start gardening there
until like the year before we moved.
The year before we moved, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. 1870s Homestead is doing it. Oh, next year. Thank you.
Yeah,
okay.
But I think it's a great idea because there is something. I mean, there's definitely a purpose to it. Mm-hmm. Because it's going to let your ground get the nutrients back in it that it needs, and rest and recoup. It's just like everything in our bodies. You have to give your body time to rest to get back what it needs to get going, to carry on. And then also, and of course in the Bible, when it's talking about that, there's the practical reasons, the physical reasons, but there was the spiritual meanings behind it too. Which was very important. So he was trying to teach them spiritual things with everyday life things.
Right. Mandy says, we've been in this place going on 17 years, looking to hopefully move to a larger property this year. Fingers crossed. Well, wow. Well, we're hoping with you for that. That is awesome. It is in the Bible in multiple places, but like you say, it is just sensible. Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. How hi from Florida. We got people watching from all over right now.
Yay!
Man, we're up to quite a bit of people.
Let's see. Last frost date is mid-May for where you're at.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, ours, we did, like I said, 2 years ago, we had a freak frost.
Yeah.
It was like the second week in May, and that's not something that normally happens, but it did. And
No, usually our last frost date is
in April.
Early April.
Yeah. Usually our last frost date is generally around
The first week of April.
No, it's usually like second week. Yeah. Close to tax day.
Well, I just know mid-April, that's when the morel mushrooms start popping around here. May apples are up in April. Yeah, because spring is coming. Everything starts to green up about mid-April. So that's why I was thinking the last frost is probably a week or two before that.
I'm just looking forward to it. Very, very much so. But yeah, we do, for those of you who are new, or maybe you just haven't heard us say it, but we do have every intention of building a greenhouse. But we are waiting because we have lots of mounds of dirt, and our yard, once they get the house where it needs to be, they plan on regrading it.
We can't really put the greenhouse where the greenhouse needs to go right now until all of this construction is done.
Yeah,
so it's a waiting game that's kind of frustrating, but in a way it helps me prepare and get ready for it too.
Yeah, and so he referenced that he's going to be we're going to be posting the sump pump video sometime this week, and the new sump pump drains out in the area where we were hoping to put the greenhouse, and so we would like for that to be buried, because right now it just shoots out in the yard.
I need to dig a ditch and put that drain line where it goes out a different way.
And anyway, so there's a lot of reasons why we're not putting up the greenhouse just yet, but hopefully we'll get that done soon and we can start putting some greens out there.
They've had 24 years with their urban garden. I'm beyond excited to have 3 greenhouses.
Yay!
That's awesome.
To grow in our baby farm.
That is so cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, I wish you all the best on that.
Yeah.
A greenhouse, a high tunnel, a hot house, anything like that, it's a game changer.
Yep.
I really want one.
I know.
Because it's a game changer. We could be growing stuff right now.
Yep.
Harvesting stuff.
Yep. So yeah, we're
be like Hawaii in that greenhouse.
well, not all year round, but yeah. Let's see. So what else do we have going on this week? Lots of stuff with the house.
Yeah.
Got the office painted. They've got pretty much everything in there is done except the trim work and the rock that goes on the wall behind the wood stove.
Yeah.
We should be getting the wood stove this month. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
That's true.
We should be getting our steer the end of this week.
Yes. Actually, in a couple of days.
In a couple of days, yeah.
Around the 10th or so. Yeah, today's the 7th, so about 3 or 4 days, we should be getting our steer that we're having processed.
Yes, and then I will be doing some canning videos from that, because I am going to be canning some of that meat. So be on the lookout for that.
I wasn't able. Well, I guess I could have, but I didn't feel comfortable doing any filming. When we went to meet on drop off our steer, I just didn't film anything.
No.
I don't know. It just, we were waiting for them to weigh them and see how much they weighed, and we were trying to pay the guy that dropped it off for us, that we were buying it from and stuff. So we were just busy doing other things.
Yeah.
And but yeah, maybe we can get some filming of us picking the meat up, and how many boxes and boxes. And
I'm so excited. We're gonna, we can film it putting it in the freezer.
And are we ordering chicks this year?
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know if we're gonna order them or if we're just gonna get them from TSC. We're doing meat chickens, so I'm
Are we?
guessing what.
I know we had talked about it, but we hadn't mentioned it in a while, and I had forgot about that.
Okay.
I had forgot about
Okay.
that.
Well, yes, we are planning on doing.
I just
meat
want
chickens.
brick on our house.
No,
We don't have brick or siding on our house.
Yeah, it is. It has been quite an overwhelming year.
Our house has been naked for half a year.
That's okay, but it's coming. But yes, the plan is to do some meat chickens, and I wouldn't mind getting a few more hens to replace the ones that we've lost.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
We're down to 5 hens, and at one point we had
8 hens.
8, and then we had two
babies.
2 babies, so we were up to 10. Now we're at 5.
Yeah, plus the rooster.
Plus Captain.
Yeah.
The cat.
Yeah, but it just shows your heart for the other person's attention. But yeah, we're
Mrs. T. No, it's not possible to put wheels on our coop. The way it's built.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. I mean.
But we know for next time if we ever have to build another coop. We will listen to the wife.
If I had the time. You didn't want me to build one out of pallets?
I said it needed to be mobile.
Oh, well, the way I built it, it is mobile with a tractor.
Oh, yeah, I guess it just depends on how you.
I just need a tractor, hon.
I want you to have a tractor.
I want a tractor too.
But we'd have to get really creative with our funds.
We have to mortgage another. We have to sell our steer and then some.
No way, Jose.
Yeah, but no. If I have enough time, if they get this done and I'm able to build a greenhouse and I've got extra time, I probably need. I would like to take the coop apart and put it back together in a more mobile way. Kind of rebuild it.
Right.
Yeah. A redo.
Yeah. But I will say this though, with the way that he built our coop, it is very heavy. And
it was built out of pallets.
I think that the good thing about that, considering the fact that we had 2 tornadoes within a week, you know, I don't know where that coop would be if it were much lighter.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have. I mean, and it's, I don't know. We've built it to be able to last a long, long time. I mean, I didn't build it to just use for a season or 2. I built it to last quite a while. And I built it to make it easy to clean out too. I wanted it to be open on both ends and all of that. So, I mean, I just built it in a way that it's easy to get into, to clean out. It's just not easy to move.
Yeah. So.
But we do have movable. We've got that Premier One netting.
Yes.
The chicken netting.
Yeah. So the netting is mobile.
Yes.
We can move it around.
Yeah, and the way we will kind of position it in different angles and stuff around the chicken coop, we try to move it enough to give them a little variety. You know, smaller patch of grass here, but right now it's currently sitting in our garden plot.
Yes.
And we all winter long it's been there, and it's you know, the chickens are working up all that for us for our garden.
And there's a bunch of leaves in there too. And I moved some of the dirt. When did I do that? I don't even remember. But I moved some of the leaves, I guess, to see if there was any place that they hadn't worked up yet to put the scratch down. And I mean, it's under those leaves. It's naked. They've done a fantastic job working that ground.
Yeah, I need to start. I guess I need to try to see if we can get it moved in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then put that silage tarp down.
Yeah.
And cover it for a while.
Yeah.
Think that would be what to do. I don't know. We've got a silage tarp, big, heavy black tarp, and we thought about, using it too when we move. But I don't know if it'll be down long enough to really make a difference.
I don't think it will.
I don't know.
Robert says March 24th is the last frost date in my area, according to farmers. I don't know why I'm having a hard time.
Yeah,
talking.
Kathy says it even survived the possum attack.
Yeah. Let's see here in East
and
Central.
y'all shooting through it.
I'm gonna start that over, Robert. March 24th is last frost date in my area, according to Farmer's Almanac here in East Central Arkansas, Zone 8. No, I'm gonna wait till early April to mid-April. Last year had frost around the 10th of April. Yeah, so you probably had like maybe a freak frost, kind of like what we did here in May. Hello, Emily in Ontario. Glad you are here.
Oh, 2 Acres is listening to coyotes howling outside right now. We do hear coyotes regularly.
We haven't heard it. Well, I mean, I've not been paying attention.
I mean, I still hear them weekly. But in the summertime, we hear them every night.
Yeah, seem like they're closer. And maybe it's just because of how the farmers around here rotate their pastures, probably.
And that's another thing. That's another reason I really, really want to get our power turned back on, because we have power from the garage running to the chicken netting. It's electric.
Yeah.
It's electric netting. If we'd have had that on this winter, we would have never had the possums get in.
Exactly, yeah.
We would have never had any of them get in.
We wouldn't have lost our chicks either this summer.
Yeah, that's true. So we would still have, all of them. But, yeah, that's what it is.
L. Brooks says, I'm thinking about getting chickens. Are they hard to keep alive? Not at all. They are so easy. They are so...
Well, they were for us. They were for us.
I'm assuming for most people.
I'm assuming that's the way it is.
Yes, they are very easy. I think they're a really great animal to have as a first time livestock.
They're the starter animal.
They are the gateway. They're the gateway animal.
The gateway homestead animal.
Yes, but they are very enjoyable. I love having chickens.
How many did we get? We got 8.
8
originally.
Yes.
And we had them in a little plastic tote in our basement
for like a Rubbermaid container
for
from
several
Walmart.
Maybe a month.
Yeah,
or so.
For several weeks.
And,
we did have a heat lamp.
And I had the heat lamp, and oh man, they were just so fun to go down and check on.
I tell you what we did, and I think I really feel like we had like the best situation for them. We had the Rubbermaid tote. We put some pine shavings down on the bottom. We put their waterer. We had a little feeder in there. And then from the ceiling, we hung a chain and then had the heat lamp hovering over them. And it was like just the right amount of heat. And there's different ways that you can tell.
I thought we put chicken netting over the top.
We did. Yeah. We did put chicken netting over it just to keep them from
chicks grew,
jumping out.
Yeah, as the chicks were getting a little older, we were afraid, they might try to jump out. Yeah. So I just had a piece of chicken netting, little wire netting. I put it over top, and I think we actually just set the heat lamp on top of that too.
We did it first, but I didn't like that.
And then we hung it.
Yeah, we hung it because, I don't know, I felt like I didn't like that there. But what's cool is that you just kind of pay attention to the chicks, and they will show you what they need and what they want. So if they're too hot, they try to get as far away from the light as they can. If they're too cold, they get all together. But it's just right when they're all just kind of hanging out doing their thing. Like they're not huddled together trying to get warm. They're not trying to get away from the light. They're all just out and about living their little life.
But as far as transitioning the chicks outside, I highly recommend the Premier One chicken netting.
Yeah.
Especially if you can get the solar charger or the electric hookup where it's electrified. I mean, that's going to keep the little chicks from running through the netting, but it's also going to keep anything, a fox,
Right, getting to them.
possum, a fox, any kind of predator from sneaking in
Right.
and getting them at night.
But if you can't afford that, because we couldn't at first,
yeah.
it took us a little bit to save up the money to get that.
They're not cheap, but they're worth it.
They are worth it. But first, what we did when they were still really small and we put them outside, we just did the cheap chicken, the poultry netting that you get from Tractor Supply or Lowe's or whatever. Then they were able to jump over that. So when we got to that point, then I went and got the deer netting, and you don't have to get something that high, but I did. And we put that up, and then, and some T-posts. And then we used that until we got the Premier one.
Yeah, we just had some makeshift system set up, and it worked. Worked fine.
Yeah.
But it was I was very hesitant to make the leap and just shell out that much cash for chickens. But I tell you, I'm a big fan. Now that I've had it, I realize why people say I should have just bought it at the beginning instead of going through that netting and go through that netting. And, you try out many different things. And because you want to save money and you want to do it, thrifty and stuff like that. But man, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah, just definitely, we're sensitive to, or at least I find myself very sensitive to what people's budgets might be, because I remember like when people were saying, you need to do this and you need to do that. And then I'm just like, well, then I feel like I can't do it because the budget's just not there. I'm hoping this helps somebody. There are options. You just do what you can according to your budget, but don't let not being able to buy the solar panels and the electric mobile netting and stuff, don't let that stop you from doing what you want to do. Just be creative and ask people, shop around. If you're willing to put the elbow grease into it, you're only limited by your work ethic.
Right. And
you don't have to have all the fancy.
Some people never have any side of them. Some people just have yard chickens, yard birds, and they never put them. I mean, maybe predators don't get them, or they don't have issues with that. But someone did ask if we have problems with burrowing animals burrowing under the netting, and we've never had that problem.
Well, we've had voles, but they don't really get to the chickens. I'm sure the chickens will get them before they get yeah.
We have moles.
I thought we had voles. I thought we have voles.
We have moles.
Okay, well, we have moles then.
We have moles and we have chipmunks, and they're just a nuisance.
I think they're just trying to get to the chicken feed.
Yeah, they're not trying to get to the chickens. They're not going to hurt the chickens.
No.
You know what's fun is in the summer when the cicadas come out, catching cicadas and throwing them down on the ground in front of the chickens.
Cicadas are gross.
That's like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Molly said our backyard neighbors had chickens and the burrowing animals tore up our yard trying to get to their chickens. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we haven't had that issue.
Mandy, that's how I feel about that too. She said, nope, gross.
What?
About the cicadas.
Oh, it's funny. Those chickens, they love those things, and they'll chase each other around trying to, take it from each other.
Tiffany said they have mongoose, which is like a weasel.
Wow. Yeah, I do not want that.
Speaking of mongoose, come here, you.
Uh-oh.
Come here.
It's 9:00.
Oh, no.
Our hour's up. She's coming to tell us, hey, it's time to get off that and give me some attention.
Nah.
Yeah.
You always get attention. Okay. A massive cicada landed on my leg in Curaçao. Did I say that right?
Curaçao.
Curaçao? What? About jumped out of my skin. Yeah, what I hate is when, like...
Yeah, grasshoppers too.
I was in the garden, and one was on the sunflower stem, like right at eye level, and I didn't see it until I walked past it, and it went "Rawr!" and then flew off. Because they scream.
It went right.
I wasn't gonna do the high pitched scream they do, but you know, it makes a high pitched scream and then flies off.
Roar.
Yeah.
Well, we've enjoyed this. We've had a lot of fun this hour.
I know, it always goes by so fast. Curacao. Thank you.
Sorry, we totally butchered that pronunciation.
Yeah, you did.
That's my Kentucky English.
Yep.
Can't help it. I'm born
Like
here.
Southern butter.
Southern butter.
I might have fainted, right?
Simon, Alvin, and Theodore.
The chipmunks.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just now saw that
Oh
comment.
my goodness. Okay, so
Yes.
the hour has flown by. Be watching for my pantry
She's got a pantry video.
organization.
Don't forget about this month's fermenting videos.
Yes.
Over at Fermented Homestead.
Make sure to comment on every video so you can win a fermenting
If you've
kit.
not subscribed to Fermenting Homestead, please go do that.
Fermented.
Fermented Homestead. Go subscribe to them. If you're not subscribed to us, do it. But
Not that we're telling you what to do, because we're all about freedom and liberty here.
no, but we
That's
appreciate
Freedom
it.
Homestead.
We
We do appreciate it.
And we hope everybody has a good week. I'll let you sign us off.
Okay. All right, you guys. You all have a good night. It has been an absolute joy. Thank you to all of our mods. You guys are amazing.
Yes, thank you.
And definitely check out their channels as well. And that's all we've got for you guys tonight. So until next time, remember to be vigilant, be prayerful, and be prepared. God bless you all, and we will catch you in the next one.
See ya.